The longer a man is single, the more dangerous he becomes, not because he's bitter, not because he hates women, but because he's no longer dependent. He wakes up on his own terms. He grinds without applause. He learns to enjoy silence, and silence makes him lethal. You see, most men today are never truly alone. They jump from one relationship to the next, terrified of their own thoughts, constantly needing someone to validate them, to tell them they're enough. But not the single man who stays single by choice. He faces the war within, and that's the most violent battlefield of all. Because when there's no one left to blame, no one to distract him from his own flaws, he either breaks or he becomes a Foskin weapon. And that's when the transformation begins. He starts working out not for attention, but because discipline becomes his therapy. He reads not to impress, but because he's hungry to sharpen his mind. He builds skills, stacks money, protects his energy. He creates a life that doesn't need a woman, but could invite the right one if she earns it. That's power. Most people call it loneliness. But for the Stoic man, it's solitude. And solitude is sacred. It's in solitude where he confronts his demons, where he stares his weaknesses in the eye and says, "You will not control me anymore." You see, the longer he is single, the more he rewires his brain. He stops reacting to the world and starts creating it. He becomes immune to manipulation because no one has leverage over a man who's at peace with walking away. And that scares the world. They call him cold, toxic, unavailable. Number, he's just been burned enough times to know the warmth of his own fire is better than chasing someone else's light. And here's what no one tells you. The man who chooses to be single for a while becomes the man every woman wants, but no woman can control, because he's no longer desperate, no longer needy, no longer programmable by society. He doesn't chase anymore. He attracts. He doesn't beg for love. He offers value. And when he finally meets a woman, he's not looking for a savior, a mommy, or a distraction. He's looking for a teammate, a woman who brings peace, not chaos, purpose, not poison. That's rare. So most of the time, he stays single, not because he's broken, but because his standards have been rebuilt. And that scares weak women, because weak women thrive on men who need them, who are afraid to walk away, who sacrifice their mission for affection. But the Stoic man, he doesn't fold. He doesn't give up the empire for a moment of pleasure. He's building something bigger, and he won't let lust, loneliness, or society derail him, because he understands this truth. The longer he is single, the more time he has to forge the man he was born to be. Not a servant, not a simp, not a slave to validation, but a man of principles, a man of presence, a man with unshakable calm in a chaotic world. The longer he walks alone, the more he realizes he's never truly alone. He has himself, his God, his discipline, his vision. And for a Stoic man, that is enough. And that's what most people don't understand. They think a man being single is a sign of lack. But in reality, it's the ultimate sign of abundance. Because only an abundant man can look at the world and say, "I don't need anyone to complete me. I've already made myself whole." So, if you're a man walking that lonely road right now, keep going. Let the silence sharpen you. Let solitude mold you. Let the world think you're lost. While you build a kingdom they'll one day beg to be part of. Because you're not just being single, you're being forged. And when the time is right, you won't settle. You'll choose, not out of weakness, but from overflowing strength. If this message hit you somewhere deep, don't just scroll on. This channel is for the men who are building in silence, for the warriors walking alone, for the chosen few becoming fire in a frozen world. So like the video, subscribe, and let's keep growing, one silent step at a time.